about about a day in the life of American students and just how our days go here in America. So first to start off with, we're going to move on with to transportation. So I ride the bus in the morning to STA, and then David and Evelyn drive their cars. I'm usually on the bus when they're waking up on their way to school.
Yeah, the transportation that we take is different for everybody. A lot of people drive their own cars, but yeah, like Cheyenne said, she has to wake up very early to ride the bus. Um, I personally don't like them, but I think she does. She's a big bus fan. But now I'm going to talk about the place that we're in. This is Summit Technology Academy, and it is a special program offered to students from a bunch of different schools in our area. And it's in order to give kids a better opportunity to work on some of the jobs or careers that they want to do when they grow up. We have nursing programs, we have engineering programs. Some kids are in broadcasting, working with cameras, and us here in Global Prep Squad is what our program is, International Studies. We connect with people around the world and we strengthen communities and overall just make the world a better place. It's a pretty diverse program. There's around 40 different schools with a bunch of kids that come here every day. And yeah, we're pretty honored to be a part of this program.
Okay, so another thing about the Summit Technology is this is kind of how we get to talk to you, and everybody that we're sitting with right now goes to a different homeschool. So I'm going to tell you guys about different homeschools. So David that just talked went to Lee Summit, goes to a school called Lee Summit West High School. So after we come to STA, we go to our homeschool. So David goes to Lee Summit West High School. It's the newest school in our district. So this is what it looks like down here in the corner, this corner right there. They're about 2,200 students. Their mascot is a Titan, which is the middle one right here. Um, and yeah. So then me and Cheyenne, who just spoke about transportation, we go to Lee Summit Senior High School, which is the oldest in our district. It's freshly remodeled, so it's very pretty inside. There's a similar amount of students there, so there's probably about 2,200 students at our school too. And our mascot is a tiger. So yeah, it's kind of it can get it's just our schools are broken up by where you live. So like there's three different high schools in our town, and depending on where you live, it depends on which one you go to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry to
and
interrupt you. Yeah, David. So can my student just ask you question just between the presentation?
yeah,
I'll interrupt you.
let's
Yeah.
go ahead.
So participant, if you have any query, you can ask them. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, David. You can continue.
All right. So yeah, one thing that I really like about our high schools, again, like we had on the last slide, we have mascots. They're kind of like spirit animals, which I think is pretty fun. But like Evelyn mentioned, we go to different schools, or at least I do. And this right here is my daily schedule. For the first 2 hours of my day, I'm here at STA from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And after 10, all the kids here at STA in the morning, they take around 30 minutes to drive back to their home schools or wherever they go for school normally. And when I get back to my school, it's usually the fourth hour or fourth period of the day. And my fourth period class is college credit English. Yes, I am a native English speaker, but there's always room for improvement, which I find in my college credit English class. I think it's very fun. A lot of people do not like English classes, but I do. After my English class, I then go to my Spanish class, and this is probably my favorite hour of the day. Not only because Spanish is my favorite subject, but I also have lunch in between the hours. Probably around halfway, we'll break out and we'll go to our lunch. And
So, David, sorry to interrupt you. So,
yeah,
Spanish is a compulsory subject. Is that a compulsory subject for you guys?
no, we I'm assuming you mean like mandatory, like do we have to take it? It's not mandatory. I take it out of my own free will, my desire to learn Spanish. I love learning languages. I think it's very fun. And yeah, I started learning Spanish around 4 or 5 years ago, and I've loved it ever since.
So, is
Yeah.
there any subject beside English you have to take it as compulsory? Just like in our country, English is a compulsory subject.
So
In
actually,
Australia.
sorry, I'm just gonna jump into David, but
Yeah, no
it
issue.
is it's required to take two oh my gosh, years of a language in America. So you have to like in our district at least, you have to take 2 years of a language. So I took 2 years of Spanish. What did you take anything?
I also took 2 years of Spanish.
So it is mandatory, like you're supposed to take it, and most people do take Spanish, but that's like the most common one to take. But there's also like German, French, like David will talk about how he takes French, but English is a mandatory all 4 years of high school. You have to take math and science, and those are the mandatory.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you, Billy. Oh, okay. So, is there any special reason that you have taken Spanish? This language?
there's no specific reason exactly, but like I said, when I started learning Spanish in 7th grade around 4 years ago, it was just something that I really liked it. So I kept going with it. I caught on very easily, and I've learned it fairly quickly. Yeah, it's something that I enjoy doing. Even in my free time, I'll study it. And I think it's just really cool to be able to connect with different cultures, to be able to break that language barrier.
Okay, thank you so much. Please continue, David.
Yeah. So in my Spanish hour, like I said, we stop around halfway through to go to lunch, and lunch is around 20 minutes. So when we come back from lunch, we finish our Spanish class, and which after that I go from Spanish to college algebra, or my math class. It's really just a normal math class, but I get college credit for it. So that's pretty cool. And my final hour of the day is my French 3 class. Um, just like Spanish, I think French is very fun. I enjoy learning French very much. And yeah, I think it's very cool to be able to
Yeah, so
speak these
I would
languages.
like to hear some Spanish and French language from you. Same sentence you will translate.
Pues ahora estamos dándoles nuestra presentación. Espero que les guste. Et maintenant, je vais parler français. Je pense je crois qu'aujourd'hui, c'est une bonne journée et j'espère que tout c'est bien. Basically, I just said, right now, we're giving you guys a presentation, and I said that in Spanish, and then in French, I said, today's a good day, and I hope everything is well.
Thank you so much. It's a great fun.
I would also like to add that David is actually going to France in a couple of days, and he's going to go actually
Oh my
see
God.
France because he's so interested in learning languages and different cultures.
Is it a trip?
Yep.
Is that
Yeah,
strict or
I'm going in 4 days.
okay? Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, David.
I have a
Okay.
question.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so I heard that Spanish is the second real language of America. So why is it the second real language?
Probably the biggest reason that Spanish is so big in America is because we're just north of Mexico in Southern America. Down there, it's the largest population, the largest centralized population of Spanish speakers, and oftentimes a lot of these Spanish speakers immigrate or migrate to America. And especially where we are located, we're around the middle of the country, which a lot of immigrants end up coming to the areas that we live in. So knowing Spanish is actually very helpful because I meet a lot of Spanish speakers, and being able to talk with them it's just very helpful. There's a big Spanish population, largely due to the fact that we're neighboring the biggest Spanish population in the world.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Wow,
talk
glad
about
to
my
hear from
schedule.
you.
What?
Can I add
Yeah,
one
yeah,
point
sure.
here?
Yes.
Yeah.
And continue.
So I have learned one word, like the word from an app which is called Duolingo. I have learned like mucho gusto is like a Spanish word, right? It's like
Mucho
thank you.
gusto.
If I'm not wrong, David knows better, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Cook, you can see
Yeah,
my
thank you.
students are so dedicated. She has attended a program and she's on the way. So there, from there, she's attending.
Yeah, I'm on the road right now. Yeah, I'm outside.
Okay, thank you
That's
for sharing.
awesome.
Joining. Thank you so much because your like station always gives me pleasure. Like it brings happiness for me. So it's not like a station, but like a part of conversation. So that's why I'm joining though.
Yes, thank you
And
so
yeah,
much
it's
for
doing
coming.
good. Ah, welcome. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about my daily schedule now. So the nice thing, so we're all considered upperclassmen now because we're in the older grades of high school. So we kind of get to pick the classes we want to take. That's why we get to come to STA. Like younger students aren't allowed to come to Summit Technology because it's only for the upper level classes. So when you're younger, you kind of are required to take certain classes, but when you get older, you can take what you want. So that's why I come to STA. So I also come to STA at the first 2 hours of my day, and then I go to my home school, and I drive there, and from 10:34 to 11:21, I'm in a class called Child Development and Parenting, and that's kind of just how you get to learn about like becoming a parent. If you like, I would like to be a mom someday, so I'm learning kind of about children and how they develop and how to become a good parent, which is kind of a nice offer since you can't learn that until you become a parent. So it's kind of just like they teach you about how to be safe and be a good parent. And then after I go to that, I go to my American history class, and we learn about American history and government. So I'm learning about government right now, our American government. And then during American government, like halfway through, like David said, I go to lunch. And then after lunch, I go back. And then after the second half of that class, I go to my math class. And then after math class, I go to English class.
Yeah, thank you, Evelyn. I have a quick query to Cook. Mr. Cook, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I want to know this about this subject, child development and parenting. Is that a new subject that had been added to the curriculum, or it was just from the beginning you just continue or add this kind of subject in your curriculum? Child
It
development and
is.
parenting.
It's been in our. We call it. They go through different names, but there's a whole like kind of, they call it facts. It has cooking, it has parenting, it has different things like that, and that has been in our curriculum as long as I remember. In fact, I think I might have taken a child development class when I was in high school.
Okay, that means
So
from the beginning it
yeah, I
was
mean,
part
when
of
high
the
school
curriculum.
started.
Okay.
So yeah,
So
very much.
I'm just asking you because this year I have already completed my master's long time ago. So I have seen this kind of subject. That means I have applied. Still, it's not. They didn't publish the result. Online course, online masters,
Okay.
and I think it's in UK. They're organizing this kind of online session. That means child development and parenting. That's why I'm asking. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Evelyn,
Oh, no,
please
you're
continue.
very welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. Good.
All right, I'm gonna pass. That's my schedule. Now I'm gonna pass it off to Cheyenne to talk about hers.
Okay, so my schedule is starting similar to Evelyn and David from 8 to 10. I'm here at STA. Then after that, I will take the bus back to my home school. Even though I do have a car and can drive, we have parking passes, so I don't have a parking pass for STA, so I ride the bus back to school. And then I will go to American Government, which is similar to the class that Evelyn said she takes. We just talk about our government, how it started, how it's evolved, and stuff like that. And then my lunch is also in my American Government class, except unlike David and Evelyn's lunch, mine is at the end of my class. So I will go through my entire fourth hour and then I will go to lunch and I won't have to go back to fourth hour. But after lunch, I will go to my IB English class, which is similar to David's college credit class. The only difference, though, is that it lasts for 2 years. So I have to take this same class 2 years in a row. But I do get college credit for the class, except my college credit, it depends on a score that I get on a test. Like I'd have to get a certain score to get this many hours of college credit. After IB English, I'll go to my AS Algebra 2, which just stands for Advanced Studies. This is just my basic math class. And then I will go to my IB Bio, which is similar to my IB English, except now we're talking about biology and stuff like that. All of my classes, what's it called? A lot of them are weighted, which is,
Yeah.
we're not going to get into that term.
Sorry to interrupt you. What does it mean, IB? IB English or IB
IB,
Bio?
it's basically it's a specific program that you can join. Like our school is considered an IB school. Like there's schools that are AP and then there's IB, and our school is an IB school. So it's just we have a lot of these classes and they're typically more difficult classes.
Okay. Okay, got it.
Well,
So
I'm gonna
another-
jump in. I'm sorry. Let me jump in real quick. Stands for International Baccalaureate. Have you heard of that? It's all over the world. There's some. I'm sure there's some in Bangladesh,
Yeah.
but it's a curriculum, a standard curriculum that's
Yeah.
like so. Her International Baccalaureate English is standard all over the world.
Yeah, here
If
it
you
is
teach that,
IBA. Yeah, IBA.
yes.
Okay, got the point. Okay, so
Yeah, but that's
I am really interested about to know the American government this term. Actually, if someone, if someone wants to continue their career as a politician, what kind of subject or what kind of, is there any special branch there they can continue?
So I don't want to be a politician, but I do want to be like a lawyer, which is kind of it's similar but not. It's like you have to know like the government and how it works and like the laws, and we have a constitution and all that, and you need to know all of that. So kind of American government helps you learn the constitution, because to graduate high school in America, you have to like know the constitution and take a constitution test. There's like different tests you have to take about our government in order to pass high school, and that's kind of why we take the government classes, so we can take those tests and move on to college, because in America it's required to know how our government works. And then for me, since I want to go on and be more like government stuff, I can take more classes about it, but you don't have to. You just have to know how our government works in order to graduate high school.
Thank you so much, Evelyn. Yeah, please continue. I'm sorry to interrupt you again. Is it Chenny or what I should say? That means what is the pronunciation?
Oh, Cheyenne. You pronounced it
sorry,
Cheyenne.
sorry, Cheyenne. Okay, okay, please
You're
continue,
okay.
Cheyenne.
All right, but we're going to move on now to lunch at our school. So starting, like we explained, there's different lunch hours. Like I don't go at the same time as Evelyn, even though we go to the same school. So like at Lee Summit, we have 3 lunch hours. At West, they have 4 lunch hours. So here in these pictures, you can see basically what we eat at lunch daily at school. So I eat school provided lunch, which is what the cafeteria provides for us. And here we have Bosco sticks, which is it's just like breading with cheese inside, and then Cheez-Its and just some pears. This is typically what the trays look like every day. Like there's not a lot on the plate, just like a fruit snack and then your main meal.
Yeah, the school lunches are not the best. They're sometimes they're good, other times they can be a little strange, which is why I bring my own lunch. Some kids they can either choose between having the school provide them a lunch or they can bring their own lunch from home. I do that. I bring it in my little lunch box, and a lot of the times what I bring to eat is a packet of rice and another packet of meat. I mix the two together. It's a cheap and easy meal, and it's filling. Um, yeah, I like my lunches when I make them. I would prefer to have mine instead of the schools, but yeah, we don't have a lot of time to eat, probably 15 to 20 minutes. So we kind of have to eat our food as fast as we can. But yeah, pass to Evelyn.
Okay, so my lunch, I also get food from the school, but my lunch is different than Cheyenne's. So what Cheyenne gets is called a hot lunch, and I get a cold lunch. So get an Uncrustable, which is it's like a packaged peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And then I have barbecue chips and an apple juice, and I eat that every day. I eat the same thing every day. So that's what I eat.
Okay, so to move on to our clubs and activities, this is usually what we do with the school that's through the school. So, for example, I'm in BSU, soccer, debate, and IBCP. Uh, IBCP has to do with the IB classes I talked about earlier, and then BSU just stands for Black Student Union. It's just a club for the Black students in our school. Um, but I think out of all four of these, my favorite would have to be debate, which usually it's a club you take when you want to be a lawyer, but I don't exactly want to be a lawyer. I just kind of like the arguing aspect of it, like trying to get your point across and trying to convince people like that you're correct. But that's definitely my favorite. The only downside to it though is when we go to our tournaments, we're usually there from 7 in the morning to almost midnight. So that's the only really issue, but it's definitely one of my favorite classes, like getting a topic, having to create a case on it, and then like convincing people that you're correct. So I think it's just a really fun club that our school provides.
Yeah. Uh, my clubs and activities that I participate in, swimming, A plus, debate, National Honor Society, and Spanish and French Honor Society. My favorite clubs are swimming and debate. The rest of them are just kind of academic programs. I don't really do anything as much as I just kind of get good grades and that's it. Um, I love swimming, and just like Cheyenne, I also like debate, even though when I did do debate, I did not do my work. I just went there and I tried my hardest without having anything done, but it was still fun.
Okay, so my two favorite clubs are probably Student Senate and the A plus program. So Student Senate is like the student government at our school. So we like organize activities for our school and like run them. So like we volunteer to um work these events and then that our school hosts. And then what did I say my other one was? Okay, so A plus program is also like volunteering, and I get to go to like the elementary school, so the younger kids that are in our district, and I get to work with them after our school is over, and it gets me things called community service hours, and community service hours you also have to graduate, And so I'm working to get all my community service hours through the A+ program. And I think it's really fun because I get to work with little kids and I like little kids.
All right, but that's the end of our presentation. So if any of you have any questions about it, that'd be great. If not, then we can continue on to your guys' presentations.
Thank you so much, Shani. Actually, we have enjoyed your presentation. So my students, if you have any query, you can ask. If you are interested to ask something about their presentation, you can ask them. Otherwise, we need to start our presentation. Anybody here want to ask something? Okay. So Nihal, are you there? Nihal?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you have to ready. You have to be ready. I'm gonna share your presentation here. Who is Shihab here? So give me a minute. Yeah. Nihal, you can start right now. Can you see the screen, guys?
Yes, we're good.
Yeah, thank you. So Nihal,
Okay, so I've presented a presentation about my whole day,
sorry to
what I do
sorry
in a
for the
single day.
interruption. Somebody just let me know who is Shihab. Someone has uploaded a file there.
So Shihab maybe from our class, or I don't know.
Who is? Yeah, you can start.
So I have presented a presentation about my whole day, what I do in a single day. So my presentation, my day is starting from getting up. I get up from 5 a.m. from my bed and then go and then do wudu before prayer. Then I do my prayer. After that, I sit to study. After a little bit studying, then have some breakfast or something like that, snacks. Then I have an extra class at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. I go there and stay there for 3 hours. And that is very interesting that I can learn many things from those classes. It's some extra class, not school included. I come back from there at 9 a.m. After that, I have some more snacks or food like that. Then I study a little bit more. After that, I prepare for my school. Then I go to school at 11 past, half past 11. In my school, there are 5 prayers in my school. In first class, there is a routine that first class is this, next second class is this. It's different in the different days. But there after 2 classes, our lunchtime starts. Then then 3 classes are left. After that, some days there are some games to play in the school field, football or cricket. If not, then we return home. After I return home, I I have some more snacks or food. This time I eat some healthy food. After having some food, I take some rest. Then I go to the field to play football. Football is my favorite game outdoors. I play football with my friends in the nearest field. It's so much fun there. Then I return home for the evening prayer. After come back home, then I just took some little bit rest. Then I sit back to study again. The study goes I start my study at 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. this long. Then I take my dinner with my family and then make my bed and just go to sleep. It's a simple life of myself. Thank you.
I have a
My day
question.
goes like this. Sure.
Okay, what kind of snacks do you eat?
Oh, snacks. It can be chips or biscuits. These simple snacks.
That's good.
I have a question. What time do you guys eat dinner?
Dinner. For me, I eat dinner at 10 half past 10 after I finish my study.
I have a question. Do you learn any other languages besides English? Like at
Yeah,
school?
I studied Spanish, but I didn't continue that for long. In
What
the last year, I
class?
started Spanish.
What?
I'm in grade 8.
Sorry. What classes do you take?
Okay.
What
What
classes do you
classes?
take? Yeah.
And Bangla, English, math, then science, then Bangladesh and global science, another subject, then religion, then these classes.
I have a question for everybody. Is there like required classes like that you have to take in for at your school, or can you just take whatever?
Yeah, I can tell. The most of the classes are required before class 8. I mean, till class 8, every subjects are required. And after class 8, when I promoted to class 9, then I can choose subjects.
Yeah, we have the same type of thing. We have to take required classes, and then when you get to the upper class, you can take what you want.
Similar to them.
And you mentioned getting promoted. Like, when do you get promoted from a class or from a grade?
Oh, after an year, school take us to exams. Have to test. They test us. We have exams. If we pass them, then we can promote. And sometimes students could even fail exams. Then he won't promote it to the another class.
When is the next time you guys are gonna take those exams, or like when was the last time you did?
In a year, there are 2 exams, one half yearly and annual. One exam is in the middle of the year and one in the last.
You mentioned you take Spanish. How proficient are you in Spanish?
I just learned some words.
I was just asking because I take Spanish and I'm on my not my third year, my 4th year of Spanish. So I speak a little bit.
Oh, I just started in a year and don't learn. Just finished there. Just started and didn't go
Okay,
and
as
didn't
viewing
continue that.
has asked us, can I say something? Like our exam and passing everything. So our year began from January to December. Okay, so January. So we most of the time in November month, our final exam happens. So in this month, like it's 3 November, so middle of the month we will start our final exam. It will be started from in our school, college, and everywhere. And so then December, we get our result, and then from the next year, like the January, we then promote in in another class. Like if we are in 7, then we will be promoted in 8, 9, just like this. So January from this month, like in another, yeah.
Thank you. That's really cool. We in
Yeah,
the States,
welcome.
okay, so our school goes from August to May, the whole like that's the time frame, and you have to pass all your classes, so you have to get like anything that's passing, and then you can once you pass all of those classes, you can move on to the next grade, and then once you're in 12th grade is the last grade, you graduate, and then you go to college. But it's not required to go to college. Um, but most people I do, or they start a job after college, after high school. But yeah, we don't have to take like any like Pacific tests to move on to the next grade. It's you just have to pass your classes in order to go. So thank you.
You're most welcome, Tisman.
Yeah, so Saum Khan, I'm gonna share your presentation. You please get yourself ready. Yeah, you can just continue your queries if you have. I'm gonna share the new slide. Is it clear, Saum?
Yes.
Yeah, you can start right now.
Just change the slide.
Yeah.
So my day starts at 5 a.m. when I wake up and start my prayer. And first I just get up and just have my ablution, and then I go to pray. And after prayer, I often just study, or sometimes when I feel too sleepy, then I just sleep after praying. And that's how my morning starts. And mostly I just wake up at 5 a.m. I pray, and then I study till 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. So get to the next slide.
Yeah, Saum.
The previous one. The previous slide.
Okay, sorry, I missed the part. This one?
No, the
Saum,
one.
can you
Yeah, this one. This one.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Let's continue.
So after that, I start preparing my own breakfast. So at breakfast, I have some like French fries or like pancakes or pasta with coffee, and I prepare my own breakfast in the morning. And it just takes nearly like half an hour or up to an hour. My breakfast is prepared till 8 a.m. and then I start my other activities. So please get to the next slide. Yeah, so after that, I have some morning habits. So the first one is like I have my breakfast, and while I have my breakfast, I watch some cartoons on the television. And after breakfast, I take a shower usually. And after the shower, while I have a shower, I just listen to some music, which I often play in the speaker. And lately, I just feed my pets, which are like in my aquarium, and there's some fishes and turtles in the aquarium. So these are things which I do. And after these, I just get prepared for school. And I school at 12 p.m., but I go there at 11 p.m. and I just start revising our homeworks from 11 a.m. So if I could just get better results in school. So the next slide. Yeah, so school hours. School is like 12 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. So I just go to school at 11 a.m. because we could, if we go at 11 a.m., we could get an extra hour at the library to read some books. So I just go at 11 a.m. to read some books at the library. I often read some English and extra books and stuff. So after that, our classes starts at like 12 p.m. And usually we have 6 classes in our day as we are the students of 9th grade. And we have like every single class is 40 minutes and we have a 35 minutes recess. I'm going to explain about the recess in the next slide. So in this slide, like our school is a second home. So the place we stay the most time after home is our own school. So that's why the school is the place where like we have most of our time. And so it's really beloved. And how to say, like, it's like a kind of heaven to us. So it's really important for us. And we just have 6 classes like physics, maths, and English, Bengali, and then we have chemistry, biology, and Bangladesh and global studies, as well as religion. And these are the classes we have at school. So get to the next slide. I'm done with this one. So at school, we have recess at 1:20 p.m. to 1:45 p.m. So during the recess, at first I just do my ablution and go to pray at the school's praying room. And after that, at school, like I just sometimes hang out with the folks, or I just play with some people who are playing in the grounds in the school. And during the recess, I also have some snacks like sometimes I have crisps or chips or like biscuits, cookies, or I could also have some ice cream or something. And after school, I also have a little bit more like leisure time after school. I just go out and play in the neighborhood, and I don't have any friends in the neighborhood. Like they're just smaller than me or younger than me. I just play with them. I'm usually like a soccer player, and I'm a goalkeeper, so I play with them. And you can see in the picture, our team just won a tournament in the neighborhood, and I'm just holding a trophy. I'm in a green dress, and so this is how I finish my like the afternoon till the afternoon. And before going to play, I just finish my prayer. And after playing, I also go to pray at my evening prayer. And after those, I return to home. So get to the next slide. Following those, then I go to the end of the day. So after the evening, I just start studying on my desk and I try to finish all the home tasks provided from school. And I also have some extra studies which I just do to get good results in the exams. And I just study till it's till I get sleepy, and I just study at like 6 p.m. to at least 10 p.m. And after studying, I start watching some television for like an hour. I just watch till 11 p.m. Or I just use my phone or my iPad, that depends. And after that, I just go straightly to bed. Oh, before bed, I just finish my night prayer, which is Isha prayer. So we just finished that. And after that, I go to bed. And the thing is, I have a secret. Like, I cannot sleep without music. I just always use them. I just play some music while I sleep. And if I don't play music, I cannot sleep. I don't know why. So that's how my day ends. And I start the same cycle every single day. So that's all from me. Thank you.
I have a question. Like what music? Mike, okay, what music do you fall asleep to? What type of music?
It's like different kind of music. Like I just listen to Alan Walker's music. I think you have heard of him.
Do you
Mostly I've
listen to
listened
like
to his music.
do you listen to like lofi beats?
No, I just listen to Alan Walker's music, like Faded
Oh.
and
Oh yeah,
Alone,
yeah.
Hot.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah.
I know what you're talking
And
about.
like and also Imagine Dragons and others.
Mhm.
Like general music, I just listen to them and I just fall asleep. I don't know why.
Do you like wake up in the morning with the music on or?
Actually, like I just use my earbuds on at night, and when I wake up in the morning, I just see my earbuds are like somewhere in the bed. I don't know where they are. They're not usually in my ear.
Okay, thank you.
One question I have, what cartoons do you like watching in the morning?
So in the morning, I just download some cartoons and just watch. Like I watched Ladybug and Cat Noir, and besides, I just watched some animes, and besides, I watched some Marvel series as well. Not only cartoons like Marvel movies or Marvel series. Like I'm a Marvel fan.
Mhm.
Besides, I also watch some like cartoons like Ben 10 and earlier some animes like Doraemon and Death Note, Naruto, etc.
Okay. Yeah, I like those. Those are cool. My favorite show to watch is probably Regular Show. The characters right here, it's a bird and a raccoon.
Yeah, we had Cartoon Network in our like country, but they just disconnected Cartoon Network 2 years ago. I don't know
okay.
why, but yeah, we just used to watch cartoons. Like I used to watch Teen Titans Go and some other cartoons. They were really my favorite, but they just removed the channel suddenly, and we're like now cartoonless.
Huh. Well, that's cool. That's very interesting. Thank you for sharing.
My pleasure.
Anyone, if you have any query, we have another presentation from, yeah, Proggar is there.
Yeah, sir, I'm here.
So Saum Khan, sorry to interrupt you. I have missed that part. Have you shared about the club you have? I think you are active participant of some club. Have you shared it?
Oh yeah, no, I forgot to share that.
You can
Should
share
I
with
say
us.
something now?
Yeah.
So we have some clubs at our school, and they're like we could also join them online. So there's some like debating club and sports club, and also language club, and anyone from our school and even from outside of our school can join there. So we have our websites and pages, and anyone can join. And in our English language club, everyone can post anything, but it should be related to English and also should be informative or educative. And besides, we have a debating club at school, and our school just went in the national debating competitions a lot of times because our teachers just give a lot of effort to the extracurricular activities. And besides, not only the debating club, our school also have some sports club. Like in the last year, we just had a national player from our team on chess, and also our team just played in football in the district level and also the division level. Even though my friends just went to the division level, and some of them, one of my friends just went to like national levels and lots of sports and debating. So our school really pays a lot of extracurriculum activities, and they're just really they pay really a lot of efforts, and we also practice them, and so we're really glad to do this. So that's all from me.
So Proggar, you can share your presentation.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Shafia Marshall from class 7 of Public Public School and College. Today, I'm going to share my daily routine of what I usually used to do in every day. So my day starts at 5 a.m. very early in the morning. We used to get up and I do my prayers, morning prayers, and then I after praying, I just used to do some of my studies. I memorize my studies for going to my extra classes. And I attend my extra classes from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Actually, it's not like school. The teachers of our school used to take these classes as extra. And after coming back to my extra classes, I used to do my breakfast at 10:30. Sir, you can change the slide.
Yeah, sure.
The next slide. We stay at school from 11:45 to 4 p.m. As you can see, we have some activities in our school. We have actually 5 classes every day. We used to do different subjects. We used to take and we have a break in our school for our tiffin, our lunch. And in this time, we used to pray, and some of us take lunch also. And as you can see in this picture, we are giving some presentations, and we have some new curriculums, and these are the poster papers we submit. And then I come back from school at 4:30, and then I take my lunch at 4:45, and I do my prayers. And I usually take my shower at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. And then I do my studies from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then I used to do online class, a spoken class. And not only that, we have also a language club. You have heard about that. Because of this class or club, we got a chance to do UNO program, and we also got some certificates from there. And it was a huge achievement for us. And uh, after doing this class, I just used to take my dinner at 11 p.m. And after that, I used to scroll my mobile phone or watch TV, and then I go for bed at 12 p.m. So that's how I spend my day. Thank you so much for hearing.
Yeah, that's all for you.
Yeah, that's all from me. If you have any queries, you can ask.
What's your favorite thing to eat for breakfast?
Okay, here it is. I think you have missed out this slide.
I would.
Have you shared these things, these slides? Okay, just answer.
No, you can share that. No issues.
Yeah, okay, no issues. David asked you something.
Actually, I take breakfast with bread, egg, and sometimes I also eat rice with egg. That depends.
Yeah, I like rice and eggs. A lot of the times for breakfast, I eat eggs. How do you eat your eggs? Do you like them scrambled?
Yeah, I love it. And I also love fried eggs or poached eggs.
I like poached eggs. Those are good.
What do you guys think that like the most important meal of like the day is? Like breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Which one do you guys like is the most like relevant and important?
I think for me it's lunch. I think everyone take lunch as important.
But the truth is, they never bring their tiffin. That means they never take just like enough food they need to take at noon. That means at the middle hour. That means in the school. And most of the time, they take some light food. But
Yeah,
I
like
think,
snacks.
but in our country, actually, basically, if you are staying home or if you just talk about the common food, is fish and rice. Just it's the food of the noon. And in the morning, we take some light food, as well as most of the people at night, they take some light food. But our that food we take, just mainly it's at noon. But it never happens in case of the students. Most of the time, they never take just like this kind of food. They never bring it to the school. And our school, we never provide any kind of food, and it's really forbidden to buy food from the outside. So we strongly advise them to prepare their food or just bring their food from home. Or parents want to just drop their tiffin at the gate, we just take it and give it to the students. We have some um, people there over there who serve this job.
What do you do in your language club?
Yeah, anybody can share. You can see here all the participants here, all of them are active participant of our language club. And you know that our main language, that means our mother tongue, is Bangladesh, and our language name is Bangla. So actually, English is our compulsory subject, but as a Bangla medium school, they don't have the opportunity to just culminate or practice, especially only one subject. In English, they have enough opportunity to improve their skills, but all of the subjects they need to continue in their mother tongue. But this is the platform we have created just 5 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, and I just continue the club activities. Every Thursday, I conduct a class there, 9 to 10 p.m. And it's totally free for all. Any people, any student from any institution, there is no difference between the ages. Anybody can join. But actually, there is a distinction, just like I have some separate classroom from the students and from the outsiders. So every Thursday, I just continue this kind of class. And you can see there, all the participants here, they're the active member of our English language club. And most of the students I select for this kind of program from there, who can speak there. We just continue Zoom session online. And you see that most of the time, we don't have enough time at school, offline classes, because you know that we need to work hard to continue our or complete our syllabus curriculum. So online we have enough time, and the most important thing, I can give some documents there so that they can exercise or they can just practice it at home. Some audio clip I provide them. Sometimes I share some inspiring video clip. And yeah, so rest of the thing my students will share. Anybody can share about your language club, what you used to do there. Now, would you like to share something?
Especially on Thursday, we're like to a Zoom session. It takes like 1 hours or something that takes like 1 hours 20 minutes. In Zoom sessions, our teacher declared about audio clips, and then we heard about that. After that, they have asked some questions or some points that have heard from the audio clip, and we have just recognized that and recall, and then try to ask that questions through by audio. And besides, there's a lot of states like IELTS. They have taken this kind of things to enhance their capabilities, or to especially in English. They try to improve our speaking. And besides, there's a listening test also, and there's a lot of capabilities in there for futures, and there's a very important for us, because English is very important for us, very important for all over the world. While you go abroad, there's no alternative without English. Yeah, that's it.
So this, I'm wondering, oh my gosh. Is English on your guys' test? Like whenever you take that end test, is English on it, or like what's on your guys' test when so you can move on to the next grade?
Okay, this is not like a test, but teachers, that's like a demo. It's like a demo. It's not like a test, real test.
Okay.
Yeah, just some model test I just used to take, IELTS test. That means I just make them ready. If someone wants to attend this kind of exam, I think they don't need to just go for extra coaching. So I just do the same thing. Soundkan, you can share something about the language club. That means it's a regular every Thursday conduct, but every day you can post something. Yeah, Sound, you please share what you used to do there.
Yeah, we have a page on Facebook and also some other, like, we just go to social media and we can post anything. We have around 2,000 members in the group. So mostly we just post stuff and most of them should be related to English, and we can't post stuff which ain't related to English, and people could learn some stuff, like if we just post some informative or educative video about English, so others could learn about it. So we all try to upload lots of stuff about English, and we just tell people like we can also upload any kind of educated thing, like how could someone be helpful in his life, or some quotes or some phrases or something which everyone could be helpful with. So that's how we just do with the language club, and it's like free for everyone. Every single person can join, and everyone could just upload or just do some stuff. Like I'm a regular member of the page. I just upload nearly a post every single day, or sometimes twice a day. So I think you understand.
Yeah, one more point I want to share. Just Progga shared the point that last week my students have got some certificates, credential from UNO. They just participated a model program, different countries around the world joined, organized by India, and successfully they completed the task. They've just played the role, or they just represent different kind of countries. One just somebody UK, somebody USA, somebody, they are the cabinet member, and successfully they completed the task. Some of them have a special mention, and 10 participants from our country, they just got the credential or certificate from UNO. So that's a good news for us. Just I handed it to them last week.
Yes. And is that Model United Nations?
Actually,
yes.
Yes.
Do you mind? We do that too.
Yeah, definitely you can do that, and I will just talk to the authority. Just that means the ma'am from India, and they have invited us next year India to. They're they're just pleased that they just invited all the students to India next year for offline session. They have online session and offline session, and this year they have shared with us 800 students all around the world. They just participated there, and they are hosting them. And students, they represent different countries. It seems like a model UNO, and they just play the role as a delegate. And the topic was disaster management. It's really an effective topic, and my students had a lot of opportunities to learn something and many things about disaster management. And not only our country, because this time they didn't collect information from our country. They collected their information they are representing. Just like Noyan, what is your country?
My country was Egypt.
Egypt. Noyan represented Egypt. That means what kind of measures taken by the Egypt government to handle this kind of disaster management? Sorry, Saum Khan, which country you represent?
UAE.
UAE.
United Arab Emirates.
Yeah. Nusrat?
She was France, I think.
Yeah, I think. Faisal Jamil? Someone
So
here?
I was the delegate of USA.
Yeah, you just shared something. You are the delegate of USA. So what you have shared just as a delegate, as a member of UNO there. Can you share something?
Yes, Yes, I can. Sure. Thank you for giving me the chance. Sure.
Yeah, definitely share. You can share it.
So, hi everyone. Actually, I was the delegate of United States of America in that big program, what has been one of the most sensational programs ever. And actually, our topic was about disaster management of many countries. And as you know, USA is a global powerhouse in every term. So, I was just talking about their USA, their disaster management, how they just cope up with the tough conditions they face after the tough and strong diseases or natural calamities they face. After that, how they cope up with the conditions, with the destruction of locality or many homes, how they serve the people, how they help, and also what they are doing, what kind of steps they are taking out to solve this kind of problem. Just like they have currently many strong and good developed improved warning systems which they use just before they just find any message about the storm or any kind of disaster that is incoming. So before it is striking or it is attacking, they just use those warning systems to alert the people immediately and quickly. So actually, as there was a very short time to speak, so I just shared about those US disaster management system. What are they just doing? So I wasn't able to share my entire presentation. So that was what I was sharing.
Thank you so much, Jamil. And you know that that means it's a kind of they have showed their patience because it's back to back 4 hours, 5 hours at a time. They need to just sit before the camera.
Yes, sir. Yes.
It was 2 days session and just 5 hours. They need
Yes,
to
sir.
just sit
10
before.
hours.
Yeah, can you, if you, would you send me that stuff? Next semester, we do something very similar
Definitely, I
here.
will share.
If
I
you
share
send it,
the
I'd love
link
to see it.
Yeah, definitely. Together we will join the session next year, inshallah.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome.
All right.
So anybody you can share, or if you have any query, you can ask. So Raya, would you like to share something about your daily routine?
The whole day or any part?
Shortly, you can shortly share. She's for the first time she is joining the session, and she is an active participant of our language club. That means she used to join Thursday session, and today for the first time I have invited her here to say something. International platform, it's international platform. She might be nervous, but I can assure you, Raya, take it easy. We are just, it's a friendly conversation. You can continue. No issues.
Okay. So I'm Arna Nur, a student of class 7. I usually wake up at 7 o'clock. Then I get myself washed. Then I start searching for some snacks because in the evening I really feel so hungry. And then I sit for study for 2 hours. Then I get ready for my extra classes. And I go there at 9 and I continue my extra classes from 9 to 11. And from there, I go to my school with my friends. And as usual, I do my school classes. I have my lunch at the school tiffin period. It's in on 28. And our school breaks up at 4. Yeah, 4. Then I come back home at 4:15 or 4:30. And then I
Raya, sorry to
usually
interrupt you.
press my
Raya, can you hear me? Yeah. So
yes, I
what
go.
you used to do in your leisure time? How you pass your
I
leisure?
usually read I usually read books, and I usually use my mobile, and usually I pass my leisure time by gossiping with my mom, and sometimes I go out with my father.
Yeah, so I have a query. I'm really interested to know. As you know that it's a Muslim country, Bangladesh, 97, perhaps 98% people live here Muslim. We have some restriction, especially the girls. They cannot, if they wish, they cannot go outside for playing at noon. It's really just restricted. Sometimes they can, if their family allows. It's not like that. There's some rules, regulation from the state, not like that. If family allows, she can do anything she likes. But most of the time we have some restriction. We most of the time we never allowed to go outside for playing something game or any club, and they have some opportunities to go for outing with their parents, and the very thing, the common thing, they can go to the restaurant with their parents, but they cannot go alone outside and just meet their friends. Some restrictions. So I would like to know from your country, what kind of thing they used to do in the leisure, especially in the afternoon or evening. They
Um,
have, yeah, Evelyn.
So in the afternoon, so we don't have any restrictions on like what different women and men can do. So we can all do like the same thing. So most of the time after school we go to our clubs and activities or go to sports practice. And I go to my clubs, but when I get home from my clubs, I usually hang out with my family or go shopping with my mom or we go out to eat at like a restaurant. But I could go anywhere since I'm a woman. I can go outside and play with my brothers. I can do anything. There's no like restrictions for me. And me and David could do the same things and there wouldn't be an issue.
Okay, so
Yeah.
most of the time we heard about the nightclubs. So can you share something about the nightclubs? Is it allowed or not for the students?
Yeah, I can answer that one for you. Our nightclubs, they have to be 21 in order to go to a nightclub. So most of the nightclubs and bars, I'm kind of old, so I
So
don't go very
how
often.
they just identify they are 21 or they are 18? Is there any ID card or anything else?
Yes. Yep. Everyone has a license that an identification card that shows their age.
Okay. That means if someone go to the nightclub, she must be or he must be 21.
Yes. And so they will ask to see your identification at the door. And you've got to show them and say, and see how theirs are different. It's up and down. And that's it, because they aren't old enough to drink. And that's how they can tell apart easily.
Yeah. That's great.
So
Okay, if you look at my identification card, nobody take my identity. But this big red thing right here says under 18 until 2028. So if I were to go to a nightclub and show this ID to them, they would not let me in because I'm not old enough.
Okay. But I think you can attend different kind of bars or just like, is there any restriction, time bounded thing, just like from 7 to 10, if you want to visit as a student, if you want to?
So like the curfew, like the time sort of thing, typically we do have a curfew with.
yeah, we can't hear you, Cheyenne.
Oh, that's
You're good. Okay, so
yeah.
we with the curfews thing, we don't like, so they say when you get your license you shouldn't be out driving after 11, but really that's our only curfew. Other than that, your curfews are determined by usually your parents. Like for example, like my curfew is midnight, so I'd have to be back home at midnight. Like if I came home after, then I would most likely get in trouble for that. So usually there's not like set laws or whatever for curfews. It's usually just your rules that are created by your parents.
But there are no times in the bars where they allow students to go in. You have to be 21 to get in.
Okay.
So the legal drinking age for Americans is 21. So if you can't drink alcohol, you can't go into a bar. So if you're not 21, because the reason you have to be 21 is because you have to be 21 years old to consume alcohol. And at bars and clubs, they sell alcohol most of the time. That is what you go there for. And we can't drink alcohol, so we can't go to the club.
In some US states, you are allowed to drink alcohol as a minor if you're at home with your parents. Like I know Wisconsin, they allow you to do that.
I can't get in.
Yeah, so actually I went to Wisconsin with my family, and we went to a restaurant and I accidentally ordered a drink with alcohol in it and they still served it to me because I was with my parents, which was new to me. I did not drink the drink, but they did serve me a drink with alcohol because I was with my parents.
So what you used to take there? Just you are with your parents, then what kind of drink you'd like to take? Just like it's not, I'm not talking about alcohol, except alcohol. What kind of drinks you'd like to just can you share?
I like apple juice.
Yeah.
I like to drink sweet tea or like what's it called? I like juices, like almost like fruit juices,
So
stuff like that.
is tea is really popular there in USA or coffee?
Yes, tea is very like almost every typically fast food restaurants always have an option for tea, like sweet tea or unsweet tea.
Can I
My mom
clarify
makes tea at
something?
home.
They're talking about cold tea.
Yeah, this is not
They're
like
talking about iced
British,
tea.
Okay.
like
Yeah.
Cold tea.
yeah. My mom usually makes it in like a huge pitcher and we put a lot of sugar in it. Like my mom usually puts like 8 cups of sugar in our tea, so it's very it's very what's it, unhealthy, but
Yeah,
we drink a lot
soda,
of soda.
yeah, soda's a big thing here. Like soda's one of like the probably one of the most drinks in the United States. And I think every restaurant, everywhere you go, you can get soda. Like there's like Sprite, Dr. Pepper, Coca-Cola,
Yeah,
root
right.
beer,
Yeah, these things are
so
really
many different
popular in
drinks.
Bangladesh. Coca-Cola, then 7-Up, then Sprite. These are really popular drink here in
Yeah.
Bangladesh.
My favorite soda is Dr. Pepper. It's the best. What are your guys' favorite drinks?
Yeah, you can share.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
Pepsi.
Parsi showing something. What is this? Is it a juice or anything else?
Oh, I
This
just showed my
Dr.
water.
Pepper.
Water.
This is
Okay,
Dr.
okay,
Pepper.
got it, got
Yeah,
it.
soda.
So, okay.
I have
Yeah,
a
you can
question.
share your favorite drinks. They have asked.
What was your question?
As I know, like tea is originally a British food, so like, why is it so much popular in America?
with tea and like Britain, it's usually like they have a lot of green tea and stuff like that. But with tea here, typically what we typically drink, it's like I don't know, it's how to describe it. It's not like healthy tea. It's just it actually like because tea in Britain usually has like good antibiotics or something that like actually benefits you, whereas the tea here we just kind of drink it as like an unhealthy drink. But typically you can get unsweet tea, but it's still not like the best for you. But I think coffee is definitely more popular than tea in America. Just there is tea in a lot of fast food restaurants as well, though.
I'd like to add something. Most of our teas here in America it's black tea, except it's very heavily processed. So a lot of like the good stuff is gone, and they just add in a lot of sugar. Majority of it is
I
just
want
very
to know,
sweet.
is it all the time? Is it just cold tea?
Most
lot
of
of
the
the
time it's
time.
cold tea unless you're looking for like health benefits from tea. Then you drink like hot
That
tea
means
that can help with like
Tea is having a little bit of a comeback here. It's getting a little more popular. We do have tea shops now, or we didn't used to, and you can buy tea, but if it's still very in the minority for us to drink hot tea. Probably I would say 8 out of 10 people don't drink hot tea.
I would say that I've never had hot tea before. So
I have a question. Do you guys put like milk in your tea if you drink it? Because like I know I do, and that's like the only way I drink it. So
Yeah, anybody can answer. Noun, sound. They have asked you something.
Can you repeat the question?
I was asking if you guys put milk in your tea, or is it just like a thing that we do in
Yeah, we put.
Yeah, I'm
We
now
we have
taking
both kind of
milk
teas.
tea.
Have you guys ever like do you guys drink boba tea there? Because I know
But
some
I
boba
like
tea is milk
coffee.
tea.
Yeah,
do you guys know what boba tea is?
So I'm gonna show you something. Just guess what it is. Can you see the trees?
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah, is that tea?
Guess what?
Wow. That's really cool.
So I have never seen before. This is my first visit to Sylhet, the land of tea here in Bangladesh. Last week I visited there. But the most amazing experience that I never heard that or I never seen that tea plants. There is tea plants. Actually, these are some tea plants. And just the tea farmers, they collect the seeds from there and they just plant just tea plants as we see usually. But I never seen this kind of, you can see. They collect seeds from these are the mother tree, you can call it.
Do you know what kind of tea that is? Is it like black or oolong or red?
Yeah, from this kind of plant, they collect both of the trees, black tea as well as green tea. And I can show you. These are the place, you can see. This is the land of tea in Sylhet. Last week I visited the place.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if tea is grown in the United States.
Yeah. This is a tea estate.
It's
And,
really pretty there.
yeah. And last video I have showed you the biggest one. That means they collect the seeds from that kind of mother tree and they just plant this kind of tea here in the tea estate. It's an amazing experience for me. You see, this is a tea estate in Sylhet, Bangladesh. It's very popular drink here in Bangladesh.
Yeah, that's a
And
lot
from
of tea.
our area, our state, it's 15, I think 1500 kilometers away. And it took us almost more than 1 day to reach there. Yeah, and it's a train journey, amazing journey it was. So this is my first trip. I never just see the tea estate before. So last week I visited there.
That's great. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Well, my friend, we're probably gonna have to. We're gonna have to go so they can get to their bus.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
always, thank you all so much
Yes,
for
Thank you,
so much
coming
guys.
for
and
the
Thank
time.
staying
you.
and
Have a
talking
good
to
night.
us.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
day.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day.
Have a good day, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.